Boz and Wig just execute the play. I think Boz had a good screen, which forced them to switch, and Andrew came off hard. And I think that's the thing that our young guys are starting to figure out. Whether the play is for you or not, you still got to cut hard and move hard and set good screens. Because if we're moving the basketball like we did sometimes tonight, we really moved it. And we still had 4 or 5 minutes in that third quarter where the ball didn't move as much. But that's going to happen. But for the majority of the time, we just kept moving the basketball and just kept, we even turned down some good looks, trying to get some better looks. And if we play like that and play unselfish and move the basketball, it just helps your defense because now everybody's more energized because they're touching the ball.
Sam, I got here late, but the second quarter really with the up-tempo, I hadn't recognized that team and the way it played again. Is that kind of what you've been trying to prod and trying to squeeze out of them?
Yeah, we have. And I think for our guys, just understanding that it's kind of hard to explain. Everyone thinks that it's just easy to roll the ball out there and say run. But it's a lot to run, when you count 8 exhibition games, you're talking about 90 games with the travel and the practice times, and it's hard. But I think what teams have done to us, the way they've loaded up on Andrew and some of our other guys, it's kind of been a blessing in disguise for us because we've been, as a coaching staff, been getting on them about running in space and moving the basketball. And I think a lot of times when I tell Andrew all the time, if you keep playing half-court basketball, and then there's a time for it in the guts of the game where you just got to take your lumps and go to the hole and take your beating. But early in the game for 3 quarters, why would you want to do that? Why do you want to continuously pick yourself off the floor when you can play in space and flow and move the ball and get some easier attempts? And I just thought, I think we had 20 points at halftime, transition points or something like that. And we didn't get as many in the second half, but it just got us into a rhythm of being aggressive. Well, I just think it's never been a problem with Boz scoring the basketball. Our thing with Boz has been about, paying attention to detail, rebounding, which he does, setting screens, being in the right position, help defense, talking on defense. And then when you double team, move the basketball. Because people know Boz can score. And a lot of times they bring that extra defender, just set him right there on what we call the nail. And we tell Boz all the time, if you have your guy and another guy coming to help, you got to make your teammates better. And I promised him that if he continues to do that, then his minutes would go up. And I think, Boz is playing more minutes because Boz is doing more things to make our team better as a whole.
What do you think of your defense? I think you held them to 0 for 10 shooting during that 20-1 run in the second quarter. And then down the stretch after they tied it at 1-1, they never scored again.
Well, that's something we talked about in shoot-around. We know they're big and physical with Gasol and Randolph and those guys. And we challenged our big guys to just, you're going to have to battle. Obviously, we're going to give them some help when their guys get deep, but initially to get them off the block, you had to do your dirty work early. You had to meet them early. You had to three-quarter them. You had to keep moving. And then we challenged our guards to say, look, our bigs are not going to be able to help you as much tonight. So you got to be physical with their guards, and you got to take challenges and try to keep those guys out the paint, challenge some shots. They made some threes, in that second half against us that could have broke our back, but it seemed like every time they made a big shot, we came down and got a basket. And we got the basket not just by Andrew or Carl making a great play, by us moving the basketball. And that's the thing that I was happy about.